Witness a stunning display of sprinting excellence. In this video, we analyze Jamaica's powerful 4x100 meters relay win, breaking down the race, the baton exchanges, and the key performances that led to total dominance.
Country first, as always with him.
Fantastic. Guadeloupe will go in lane number 3. Melody Melfort, 356, will be on anchor for them. Alika Herwood to lead off for Barbados. 8 teams in the final. There's Shania Douglas, the anchor leg for Jamaica. She's already won the 100 meters. She is favored for the 200 meters. She would love to leave here with triple gold, which would mean helping her team to the 4x100 gold medal. Let's start in lane number 8 with Haiti. And in lane number 7, Trinidad and Tobago with Joseph, Soleil Frederick, Theodore and Sanaya Frederick. The Jamaican team, Sabrina Dockery, last year's 100 champion, Tiana Marshall, the sprint hurdler, Abigail Wolf on 3rd, and Shania Douglas, the 100 champion, to take them home. The Bahamas in lane number 6 with Kylie Wallace, Shatalia Dorset, the 100 bronze medalist, Kaylee Davis, and Jemiah Nabi, who anchored them to mixed 4x4 gold last night, anchoring them tonight at 4x100. The British Virgin Islands with Daly Augustine Johnson and Shira Stout. Then Guadeloupe in lane number 3, Ossine Saint-Hilaire, Vanukia, Francois and Melfort. Grenada in lane number 2 with Augustine, Houston, Belfon and Shade John, and Barbados on the inside, Alika Herwood, Anaya Nurse, Shayla Clark and Kadia Rock, the 400 silver medalist. Sabrina Dockery, the Jamaican, false started in the 100 meters. In the final, she's on lead off. .11:08 over the 100 meters. She is very, very fast. That was a long hold, and I can imagine many breaths as well.
They were more nervous in the crowd than the runners.
You hope so. And they go again. Final of the under 20 girls 4x100 relay. In their set positions. Sent off. Dockery got up brilliantly for the Jamaicans. Look at her move away from the Bahamas and close in on Trinidad and Tobago. The Jamaicans make this change successfully. Soleil Frederick running well down the back stretch for Trinidad and Tobago, but Tiana Marshall holding her own for Jamaica. Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago. The Jamaicans slightly ahead. The Bahamians coming through as well. Here they come to the final change. Shania Douglas has the baton, and she is well clear for the black, green and gold. The Bahamians in second. Sanaya Frederick closing fourth for Trinidad and Tobago. Jamaica gold. Bahamas silver and Trinidad and Tobago bronze. 42.93. That is sensational from the Jamaicans. The second time in the history of the CARIFTA Games, if it holds up, that we will get sub 43 in the 4x100 final. 43.65 it's been adjusted to. It almost seemed too good to be true. It is still a sensational performance, mind you. The Jamaicans deliver on a terrific lead-off leg from Sabrina Dockery.
Second leg, Trinidad and Tobago had started to get closer to the Jamaicans, but after that it was all over really. Jamaica forging ahead in that third leg, but Trinidad and Tobago holding on to get the bronze medal. That's the third straight bronze medal for Trinidad and Tobago in the relays. 2 gold medals so far for Jamaica. Bahamas, a gold and 2 silver medals. Those have been the 3 dominant countries so far in these relays.
The Trinbagonians celebrate the Frederick twins alongside Sierra Joseph and Naomi Theodore. But look at that start from Sabrina Dockery. It's as good a start as you'll see in a 4x100 final. Handing off to Tiana Marshall was a brilliant second leg from Soleil Frederick for Trinidad and Tobago. Abigail Wolf running the third leg for the Jamaicans. Hasn't run yet at these championships, so a first outing for her. The final change not perfect for the Jamaicans, but they were so far ahead, and the 100 champion tearing down the home stretch, desperate for a fast time, 43.65.
Well, for the home interest, Trinidad and Tobago held that second place until the changeover into the last leg. It wasn't the smoothest of changeovers, and that's where Bahamas went ahead to take the silver.
Confirmation, Jamaica winning the under-20 girls 4x100 final, 43.65. Bahamas in second at 44.65. And Trinidad and Tobago the bronze at 44.76. Barbados.
That pose. Under 20 girls 4x100 final.
So we actually lost 3 teams from the semi-finals. Guyana is not there, unfortunately. No Tiana Springer, no Narissa McPherson. They're going to be running the 4x4 mixed, hopefully a little bit later. We've got Antigua and Barbuda withdrawing as well, and Barbados.
So Bahamas, Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, British Virgin Islands, Grenada, Guadeloupe, and Martinique. The teams set to take part here. British Virgin Islands. Oh wow, they would love to have a Deja Hodge now. That's Amia Todman for the BVI. Here's the lineup from the inside. Grenada, Martinique, British Virgin Islands, Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, Guadeloupe, and Bahamas. 7 teams going in this final.
And Todman on that third leg with Soleil Frederick.
Trinidad and Tobago team. They have the Frederick sisters, one would suppose. They also have Symphony Patrick to choose from.
Khadija Pickering, I think, maybe leading off for them.
Jamaica being led off by Habiba Harris, the 12.95 sprint hurdler, takes the opening leg for the Jamaicans. They are expected to have a fine team. Tiana Lee Terrelong, Sabrina Dockery, Shania Douglas possibly in their lineup as well. Guadeloupe. Guadeloupe will be in lane number 6. They have...
You see on your screen there, will be leading off for Trinidad and Tobago. The Frederick twins will go second and third.
Set.
Cleanly away this time for the 4x100 final for under 20 girls. Trinidad and Tobago up well with Symphony Patrick. Abiba Harris runs a good first leg for the Jamaicans as well. The Jamaicans change safe and first. Tiana Lee Terrelong, the 100 silver medalist, goes flying by Frederick. Jamaica ahead of Trinidad and Tobago. Here's the change for the Jamaicans. Soleil Frederick on the third leg for Trinidad and Tobago, but it's Jamaica with the advantage. This is where the battle is expected to be. Here's the final change. Jamaica ahead of TNT. Down the home stretch they come. Trinidad and Tobago trying to close, but the Jamaicans pull away through Shanoya Douglas. 43-61. Another terrific performance by the black, green and gold. That's 3 in a row in the relays. They are on course for another sweep at the CARIFTA Games. They swept the 1500s yesterday, and they are very much on course in the 4x100s. Pickering taking home Trinidad and Tobago to a well-deserved silver medal.
Trinidad and Tobago, and of course the ladies from the Bahamas in second and third.
The under-20 girls 4x100 meters relay final at the 2025 CARIFTA Games in Trinidad and Tobago once again proved why Caribbean sprinting remains one of the most electrifying forces in global athletics. Combining raw speed, technical precision, and competitive intensity, this race was more than just a final. It was a glimpse into the future of sprint dominance, with Jamaica firmly at the center of it all. From the moment the teams settled into their blocks, the expectations were clear. Jamaica entered as favorites, but strong lineups from the Bahamas and Trinidad and Tobago ensured this would not be a simple victory lap. Yet as the gun fired, Jamaica immediately imposed their authority. The lead-off leg was explosive, with a near-perfect reaction and powerful acceleration that instantly placed them ahead. That early advantage wasn't just about speed, it was about intent. Jamaica came to control the race from start to finish. Trinidad and Tobago, however, refused to let the race slip away. On the second leg, their aggressive running briefly closed the gap, keeping the contest alive and injecting tension into the backstretch. It was in this phase that the race truly took shape, Jamaica relying on composure and clean baton exchanges, while Trinidad and Tobago leaned on urgency and pursuit. The Bahamas, meanwhile, stayed within striking distance, positioning themselves strategically for a late challenge. What separated Jamaica from the rest was not just individual speed, but collective execution. Their baton exchanges were smooth, controlled, and perfectly timed, an often overlooked but decisive factor in relay racing. While other teams showed flashes of brilliance, Jamaica demonstrated consistency across every leg. Each runner delivered exactly what was required, maintaining rhythm and minimizing any loss of momentum through the changeovers. The turning point came on the third leg. This is where races are often won or lost, and Jamaica seized the moment. With confidence and fluid stride mechanics, their third leg runner extended the lead just enough to shift the pressure entirely onto the chasing teams. Trinidad and Tobago fought to respond, but the margin had grown. The Bahamas moved into a solid second-place contention, but even they struggled to match Jamaica's balance of speed and efficiency. By the final exchange, the outcome was almost inevitable. Jamaica's anchor received the baton with a clear advantage and executed flawlessly down the home straight. There was no panic, no tightening under pressure, just controlled power and superior sprint mechanics. Behind them, Trinidad and Tobago secured silver with a determined finish, while the Bahamas completed the podium. The final time, around the low 43-second range, was not just fast, it was a statement. It reinforced Jamaica's continued dominance in relay sprinting, even at the junior level. More importantly, it highlighted the depth of talent emerging within the nation's system. These are not isolated athletes. They are part of a well-established sprint culture built on technique, discipline, and legacy. And that legacy is impossible to ignore. Performances like this naturally draw comparisons to Jamaica's legendary relay teams, featuring icons such as Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price, Elaine Thompson-Herah, Sharika Jackson, and Brianna Williams. What's striking is how familiar the pattern looks. Explosive starts, flawless exchanges, and devastating finishes. The blueprint remains unchanged, even as new names begin to rise. At the same time, this race also underscored the competitiveness of Caribbean sprinting as a whole. Trinidad and Tobago showed resilience and tactical awareness, while the Bahamas once again proved their ability to contend at the highest level. The region continues to produce not just individual stars, but cohesive relay units capable of challenging on the world stage. Ultimately, this final was more than a race. It was a passing of the torch. As some of Jamaica's senior stars approach the latter stages of their careers, a new generation is already demonstrating the qualities needed to sustain that dominance. If this performance is any indication, the future of women's sprinting, especially in the relay, remains firmly in Jamaican hands.